Well, by now we've all heard someone maybe complain about all the extra time they've had and what to do with it. Perhaps you've done it yourself. I may have been in that boat as well. So we thought we would draw on the expertise of therapist and life coach Andrea Laurie this morning with tips on how to be productive at home during these challenging times. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning.
Welcome back to the show.
Yeah,
Great to see you.
Thank you.
You, first, I think we just want to address, these are really challenging times. We're not making light of this. A lot of people are sick right now, and it's a really difficult time. But for those who are home and really just staying home for a preventative measure, you've got some great tips for them this morning. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. So to start with, there's a lot of people who are at home and they're trying to balance things like childcare or trying to work from home. So a few productivity tips would be, trying to set a routine. So if you can, try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day and kind of keep that consistency there. Making sure that we stay active and get exercise each day.
That's huge. And we've talked a lot on the show about home workouts. A lot of gyms that if you are part of a gym offering those home workouts, which are great, but for those who don't have a gym membership, what sort of ways do you suggest to keep active, to keep moving and keep healthy?
Yeah, so one of the best things to do is to get outside and go for walks. Just moving your body, also the fresh air, the exercise and the change of scenery does a world of good for you mentally as well as physically. Anyone who likes to run, obviously that's a good idea. But there are tons of online workout videos that you can do even for free on YouTube, or I know some people are doing Facebook Live workouts. So it's really easy. You can just go on Google and search whatever type of fitness that you're into and do like a 15-20 minute at-home video.
You say optimizing your time. This is the time to do it. So elaborate on that a little bit for me.
Yeah, so I feel like all of us always have things that are important to us that we'd love to do that have value and meaning to us, but we just don't ever get to them because we're so busy going through the day-to-day and doing what's urgent and what's necessary. So for all of the things that we always say, oh, I wish I had the time, I would do this if I had time, it's like, now is your time. So I think it's important to just stop and go inward and reflect and ask ourselves, what is really important to me? What's something that I haven't been doing that I would really love to do?
Yeah.
And that could look like different things for different people.
That could be, I know we had Christopher Webb on yesterday, that could be painting, that could be writing. Maybe that's that business idea that you've always been thinking of to kind of get that off the ground, right? There's so many things that I think everyone has something that they just always kind of put off. So this is the time to do it.
Absolutely.
You also say really try and keep a positive mindset. I know this is easy to say, Andrea, but how do we really work on improving mindset and making sure we're staying positive during these times?
Yeah, so a few suggestions. So like we touched on, getting outside in nature, that will actually do wonders for helping boost serotonin levels and helping you elevate your mood. And the exercise as well. Another thing that's important is to take a little bit of time every day and just, try to be present in your home and in your environment, and maybe take a little break from the internet and the scrolling, because that is one thing that I find that we can do when we have a lot of unstructured time, and there's just so much content out there right now, and as much as we want to stay informed, just taking little breaks where we're disconnecting and just going within and being present, that can really help to stay positive. And then planning for the future. So like I was saying, taking that time to reflect. Maybe you want to journal, create a vision board, write down some goals for yourself of what you want your life to look like, how you can improve within what we have control of, and just kind of plan for the next phase.
Because there is a future. This is a short time thing. It will end and life will go back to normal.
Exactly.
So it's important to keep that at the top of mind. Social distancing while staying connected, that's important too. I think everyone thinks because we hear social distancing and isolation, we can't connect with other people, but there are so many ways to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So video calls, phone calls, even some like group FaceTime chats with family members who are separated in different cities is a great way to go about it. Some people are sending like cards in the mail, and even, going outdoors together with friends for walks if you're keeping appropriate distances and driving your own cars and things like that. Those are all ways that we can kind of keep those connections and bonds while keeping our distance as
Right.
well.
It doesn't mean you lose contact with everybody, right? There is still ways. I've seen a lot of memes online where you have people in kind of in big driveways and they're all that 2 meters apart having a beer together, or, you know,
Yeah.
just having a chat, or, you know,
Yeah.
whatever, glass of wine. So all great tips. I know you continue to do your work as normal. It can be done over the phone or online. So that's a great advantage that you have as well as a life coach and therapist.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm happy to offer that right now.
Thanks for coming in,
You're
Andrea
welcome.
Laurie.
Thank
You can
you.
find her online too. Life coach and therapist.